No, it's great for me to be here because I feel like I've come home, you know? I believe I have. I believe I have. I think I need to be coming back more often. It's great to be back in Lagos. It's great to be in Nigeria, on the continent of Africa. I have been speaking over the past few days about how we can reverse disease. Each disease has its own color coordination, how you can reverse diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease. And these are wonderful. And we're going to continue with this. And we're going to leave you with information that you can help transform your lives. But I cannot leave this continent without giving you this message of hope. This is a message of health, healing, and hope for Africa in particular, for our people. I've said before that this is the richest continent on Earth. This is by far the richest continent on Earth. Just mineral resources, jewels, we've got it all. I was much impressed by the fact that it says 65% of the most uncultivated land is here on this continent. We are a rich and wealthy continent. But we're not just rich in those resources. We're also rich in people. We have a wealth of individuals with education and dynamism. You know what? We should also be the healthiest continent on Earth. What do you say? I believe we should be the healthiest continent. We make the best food. It comes up straight from the ground. You know, we shouldn't be importing lots of refined foods from abroad. We have the natural whole foods here. I don't need to tell you this, but we also, our bodies are pretty good too on this continent. Did you know that? You see this gentleman, do you know who he is? Okay, Sebastian Sawa. Sebastian Sawa. A few weeks ago, he broke the marathon record. He ran the marathon in under 2 hours. Right. 72 years ago, a medical student by the name of Roger Bannister ran the mile in under 4 minutes. Most people thought that that was impossible to do. He ran 1 mile in under 4 minutes. Sebastian Sawa ran 26.2 miles. Each mile he ran in 4.5 minutes. Every single mile. I'm telling you that the people of Africa must be the healthiest people on earth. We have the education. Everywhere I go in the world, I find African doctors who are at the top of their game. We have wealth. We have intelligence. We have power. We should be by far in advance of everybody else. But you know what? There are certain things we can do for health, and there are certain things we cannot do for health. For example, and I know some of you may be politicians, if you are able to clean up the water, get better housing, improve the nutrition, and make roads safe, do you know that has a big impact on the lives and the health of the nation and the continent? If we can get those things done, those of us in Lagos, we know about improving the roads, right? So absolutely. But there are certain things that we can do ourselves. You know, improving our environment, eating the right food, exercising every day, making those right choices. We can take control of our health. Let me give you an example, because I don't think you were believing me when I said we can improve our health by the public. Look, this is a graph of the deaths from measles throughout the year in America. This is taken from the CDC. It shows you that when housing, nutrition, sanitation were improved, it got rid of most of the disease even before we had medication, even before we had vaccines. There's a lot that we can do. I am not against medication, folks. I'm a doctor. I believe in it. And if you have an accident, you need to get treatment. But I believe that most of our chronic problems cannot just be solved by getting medication after medication. We're going to have to take control of our health ourselves. What on earth can we do? we can tap into the natural resources that we have here on this planet and here in this continent. I see far too many people running for the refined sugars, running for the refined foods, and ignoring the natural foods God has given us. That is the food that will help prevent our disease. That is the food that will help to even reverse our disease. And I'm going to spend a little time on this because you heard me speak about it before. But look, I get to talk about health all over the world, but people always ask me, it's all very good for you to say this, Dr. Chitty, but how do we prepare it? How do we make this food? We don't just want to eat lettuce leaves and tomatoes with no spice or flavor. Well, something like this, plant-based cis, is a place where you can learn how to prepare food with spice, flavor. You won't miss any of the meat, you won't miss any of the dairy. In fact, what you should do now while you're listening to me is get onto your phone, sign up to it, subscribe to it whilst you're here, because I know you'll forget by the time you leave. Okay. When you hear me talking about Life Colors, let me tell you, this is nothing new. I didn't invent something new for you. We've been promoting this for decades throughout the ages. It's like the 8 laws of health. It's only that we use these 8 laws in a very specific way to reverse disease. And now you know about the 8 laws of health. You need to move, you need to exercise. You need to get fresh air, get out in the fresh air, get out in the sunshine. We have natural sunshine on this continent. Most of us don't get to see it too much because we're in our air-conditioned cars, our air-conditioned offices, our air-conditioned homes. We have to just get out a bit more. Let the sun hit us, get that great vitamin D. Make sure that we rest enough. Get to bed on time, get some proper sleep. Drink enough water. I mean, we lose so much water when we're perspiring, we need to replace it often. And make sure we're having the whole foods. And even more important, we need to make sure that we're trusting in the one who gave us everything. We need to make sure that we're trusting in God who provides so much more. If you do that, you will arise in health, arise in healing, and you will arise in hope. Good night.